Well, I got to spend a nice stormy day inside making some fun pillows, and I had a great time. These are the things that I used. I have a pattern here off of Pinterest, but I had a variety of fabrics in my stash that I wanted to use: red check, some green polka dot, and a cherry print. This is all scraps, and then a black for the very center. I am using this rose pattern. You can make rose rag quilts with this. So I wanted to try this. There is some fleece that I'm going to put under each petal. But here is the pattern. I'll link it below for you to print out. But it looked like so much fun, and I'd never made these before. And I cut out all my pieces, the red, green, cherry, and black, and the leaves. I also cut out the piece of fleece that goes underneath each petal, and I've got them stacked how I wanted these. And the black is on top. I did go back and add a button there, but I've got them put out on 14 by 14 pieces of red and white check fabric. There's the fleece right under it. And what you do is you go around each petal about a fourth of an inch into the flower and sew all the way around. Now, here are some notions I got out of my stash, some buttons, some rickrack. I found this rickrack and this ribbon in my ribbon stash or lace stash, and I just kind of got real creative. And this is the fun part. I laid everything out and then decided how I wanted to set up these pillows. Now, before I start sewing all of that, I wanted to cut out two pieces of fusible interfacing and attach that to the pillow fronts just to make sure they are nice and sturdy before we start sewing on our rose petals. So there I am using the iron, and just heat that and it will melt to the back of your fabric. Now here is a great tip that I just learned. If you're wanting to put on lace or ribbon or whatever, use a craft glue stick. This is an Elmer's craft glue stick. Mark down where you're going to put your glue, and then just put your lace right on top, and it holds it perfectly for you to sew. There's no pins needed. It didn't shift while I was sewing, and I was just so excited for this tip. There's so many things in my pocketbook making and quilting that, boy, I can do now and not worry about it being straight or getting puckered. This worked perfectly. So I put all my lace and rickrack on using this tip. And I am making both pillows exactly alike because they will be sitting on a bench on my front porch. So that's why I've got two going at the same time. Now I've got this big wide rickrack that I found in my craft supplies. A lot of these I inherited from my mother when she passed, and I'm just so glad to be able to use it up. So now I just go right over that lace and I sew the white lace down first, and then I change the red color and sew the rickrack. So I did both pillow fronts. Now these are 14 by 14, and I really wish now I had made it 20 by 20. Now each flower I'm going in 1/4 of an inch from the outer edge all the way around the flower. And you can rag this with a pair of scissors, or I think in the rag quilting they wash it and it gets real ragged. I didn't do that step, but I went around each petal of each set of flowers. So they're all done, and I sewed a red button right in the middle of the black center. Now I'm going to pin this in place, and then we'll go back around the red petal and stitch it to this panel. I'm tucking in my green flowers, and I will go back and sew around those flowers, attaching it to the red check panel. So everything gets pinned in place on both pillows, and then we'll go back to the sewing machine and sew all the way around that red flower and around the leaves. Now all the flowers have already been sewn together. Each layer has been sewn on top of the other. And now I am attaching the complete flower to the red check background, and I'm sewing around the red flower. Then I'll go back over, change my thread out, and go back and take care of those leaves. Then after I have everything sewn in place on both panels, I decided to do a triangle border. And this is a tip. I have cut some red fabric in 4x4 squares. So you can see I'm using my rotary cutter and I am cutting exactly 4-inch squares. I think I did, each panel took 16. So I cut out all of these squares. Then you're going to take your hot iron and fold it in half and make a triangle. Then you're going to fold it in half again and make another triangle. So I made all of these triangles for the pillows. There will be 4 on each side of the 14-inch pillow panel. So this is just an extra step, but it sure looks pretty. I go back and pin them all in place. I leave the corners open, as you can see, so that when we turn it, it will not mess up your corner. We're going to sew all the way around, which I did on this one. I've sewn all the way around. And so now it's time to take the back panel of the pillow with right sides together and pin that in place right on top of all those triangles. So now I'm going to take my pins and very carefully go all the way around, pinning this, leaving about a 3-inch opening at the bottom for turning. So all the way around and leave a 3-inch. And here I am on the machine sewing through all those layers. And I'm going to turn and then make sure you leave that opening, or sometimes I'll forget. Now you need to go back and trim off some of that edges and then clip those corners, and then we're ready to turn. So I just turn everything. I grab one point from the other side and pull it through, and you'll see how pretty these triangles look on a pillow. They just add a little extra something, and they're so much easier than a ruffle to me. And that will look pretty under the star that hangs on my front porch with its points. All right, now I get my polyfill from Amazon in this great big box. I will leave a link to that below. Boy, it goes a long way, and I just use it. I just finished using up one box and ordered another because I will use this all year. Now I'm just stuffing both the pillows, and then we're just going to hand sew that gap at the bottom. And here are the pillows. I think they look really cute. They may not look like English cottage country. They look more like grandma core, but I was tickled. Now you could pull the threads and make this more, ravelly, but I chose not to. I just left it like this. You could throw it in the washer and it would ravel for you. So here it is on my porch, right underneath the star, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I'm more happy that I had so much fun making these. So this is the rest of my porch, and it matches perfect. So I hope I've given some clear instructions. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and y'all have a very blessed day.